And in the case of Rabban decided to be Mako more than other cases. So therefore, Rabban believe them in the case of Rabban. Rabban have a care to believe people, even though they raisa in other dinim they raisa they're not Rabban. Since in the case of Rabban can they believe them? Okay, so we're done with that sugya. The Maskana, the Gemara didn't come to true Maskana, but the Maskana is that you could say that Cheskasi Baduk, it's Chazaka that the house is Baduk, and that's why. In the case of the Bryce, speaking about the case that we knew for sure it wasn't checked. And since we know it wasn't checked, we have to come onto the eidos of these people, and the chiddush is that Rabbanan believe them in this specific case. Now the Gemara is going to go into since we're speaking about renting houses, which are on Erev Pesach, the Gemara goes into a different discussion. If you've rent a house on Erev Pesach and you find out that it's not checked, the question is, can you go back? Do we say it's a mekach tos? Can you go back on the transaction, or do we say no? They asked the question. Someone who rented a house to someone, he told them that the house was baduk, the house was checked. Chazaka that was checked. There's a machlekes of Rishonim. What does it mean? We know the house was. Either he told them the house was checked, or we're relying on the last piece of Gemara that some people checked the house, so the stam of the house was checked. He came to the house and you found chametz all over the place. Now, do we say do we say that's mekach tos because it's not what he had in mind, or do we say that no, it's not mekach tos? Why would it not be mekach tos? We're going to see in a second. Tashrama. We bring an answer to this question. The Amar Abaya said, if it's in a place that for sure in a place that they don't rent people to check chametz, this will not be mekach tos. What does this mean? It means that some places had a minhag that they would check. They instead of checking chametz yourself, you hire a cleaner, whoever it was, and then they would check the chametz. So if it's in a place that they mark that the person himself checks the chametz, for sure it's not mekach tos. Why? Because a person wants to makayim a mitzvah. He has a chance to chaper in a mitzvah abanon, to chaper in a mitzvah with his own government. He's doing a mitzvah abanon, so therefore a normal person would be more than happy to check the house for chametz. Even in a place that they usually rent people to check chametz. So over here, not only I have to check my house for chametz, I have to rent, or over here he's in the time he's not going to check chametz himself. He's going to rent someone. So the money, it's going to cost me extra money. So Zaktabaya, then no, that it's not a mekach tos. Why not? Because the neichal leinish lekayumi mitzvah remain. A person wants to be makayim mitzvah with his money. Meaning a person has pleasure and doesn't mind being makayim mitzvah with his money. Since now it's his mitzvah, so therefore he would be more than happy to spend money and to spend money and rent someone to check chametz. This is a pashto pshat. There's a whole bunch of Rishonim over here. There's big machlekes, different machlekes Rishonim over here. We're not going to get into it now. Nan hasam. Now the Gemara goes into a completely different discussion and asks, when is the time to stop eating chametz? Nan hasam. When do you have to burn chametz? In other words, stop eating chametz and burn chametz. Nan hasam. Learning the mission like this. The mission is Tafidav from base. We see soon. Meir says, we eat chametz the whole 5th hour, meaning an hour before Chatzos. From Tchilas Sheish, at the beginning of Chatzos, that's when we burn chametz. Meaning, the beginning of the beginning of even though they so you have to stop eating chametz by Chatzos. But the Meir is saying that we burn chametz the beginning of the hour before Chatzos. Yehuda says no. He makes everything an hour ahead. We eat the whole 4th hour. And for the 5th hour, we don't eat, but we don't burn yet. The seifim b'tchil hashesh, and we burn the chametz at the beginning of shesh. Everyone agrees. Side and Meir, Side Yehuda agree that we burn chametz at the beginning of the 6th hour, but they're arguing about the 5th hour. According to the Yehuda, the 5th hour is also aser. You don't have to burn it yet, but it's also aser. And according to the Meir, the 5th hour is mutar to eat chametz. The Kol Yama Mia chametz Everyone agrees that chametz from chatzais on is us. The question is, when we know that chametz is us, the chametz should only be usher. Why should chametz be us in Erev Pesach? Chametz should be usher when Pesach comes in, and that's it. That's you have to stop eating chametz and burn your chametz. Amar Abaye says, "Hey, the mark of this is the two contradicting psukim. One pasuk says, it says in one pasuk, Shivas Yom saying it says in the pasuk that 7 days you should not find any leaven in your house, any chametz in your house, which means for 7 days, right? Another pasuk says, the other pasuk says that that you have to burn the chametz on the first day, by Yom Harish on the first day, which is mashmad until the first day, meaning even into the first day. In the beginning of the first day, it's mutter. Okay, so how does that make sense? So we say that the pasuk that B'yom Harishon Tashbis is not talking about B'yom Harishon as in the 7 days of Pesach. B'yom Harishon is talking about Erev Pesach. Okay, it's that the Rabbi is al-ba'asur l'bir, meaning Yom Harishon doesn't mean the first day of Pesach. It means Erev Pesach. Gemara is going to say soon how we know it means Erev Pesach. The Gemara, the Rabbi is leile chamish asur l'bir. Maybe it's not telling us that you have to burn chametz Erev Pesach. Maybe what it means is that maybe what it means is that you have to stop eating chametz on the first day of Pesach by day, but you have to burn chametz on Leil Pesach, I mean the Seder night. Why would I think that? I would have thought Yomim. It says in the pasuk Shivas Yomim 7 days. So when does Pesach start? Even though Pesach actually starts the day before, because the night before. But since it says the word Yomim, Yomim in Leilis Leil. When it comes to eating chametz, so it should only be also to have chametz to have chametz in your house by the day of the first day. But Leilis Leil, and by say the night. Who said that I have to get rid of my chametz? Mashmallah, nafilo Leilis. Kash on the pasuk that says that even on the first night you have to burn the chametz, even before the first night. And if there's no raya that you have to burn Pesach. Same with the Gemara. Then no. If that's what the pasuk is teaching us, I don't need the pasuk to teach us that by saying you kind of chametz. But I don't need to tell you. We learn soon that all the psukim of Pesach are mukash, are all connected to each other. So the issur of getting rid of chametz from the house is mukash, lachilas chametz is connected to the issur of eating chametz. V'achilas chametz and the issur of eating chametz is connected. We learn from the pasuk soon. Lachilas matzah. And since we know we start eating matzah on the first night, so you can't tell me the pasuk teaching us that the first night you have to get rid of your chametz because we already have a pasuk for that that's already connected to matzah. So it must be that B'yom Harishon means the first day, the Erev Pesach, and that's why side of Yehuda, side of Meir both agree that when they die, you have to get rid of your chametz already on Erev Pesach. When? That they have an argument about it. Some people that when Erev Pesach by chatzos. We can learn that out soon also. But and the only argument is about the hours before chatzos. So the Yehuda says it starts 2 hours before chatzos, and the Meir says it only starts an hour before chatzos. Okay, we're gonna stop over here. Taf Hey Amud Aleph. The top of the